Hey everyone, this is Aegis, and we have a very interesting game. A very interesting game between meFTW, me for the win, versus Fault. Both of these players were players at the Collegiate Masters Star League. Me for the win was tied for 5th place with a bunch of other players. We just didn't have enough time to play those games, and his opponent is the 4th place winner, Fault, who took away, I believe, $75 at the Collegiate Master Star League. Pause 1 second. So we're gonna pause for a bit. I don't know what's up, but we are going to be seeing a PVT on the map Lost Temple, not Shattered Temple. They decided not to play on it because people don't like it, apparently, because it's imba for Zerg. So this map that used to be imba for everyone else is now imba for Zerg. Or what was it called? Shattered Temple has these horrible rocks that lead to what used to be the island expansion. I would have been more okay if they just deleted the island expansion, but rather they had to make a bunch of destructible rocks and open up big wide attack paths to your natural expansion. Super annoying. So we're just gonna take a short break while we wait for Fault to get back from whatever he's doing. Yeah, so I'll be continuing to cast more Collegiate Masters Star League games, and here we are back in this game. Fault is the pink Protoss player, and his opponent is me for the win, the orange Terran player. I have 5 viewers. Oh wow, this is interesting. So me for the win is starting to make his SCVs. We'll see if he decides to wall off. Usually not. He's probably going to put a supply depot in this corner, and we'll see if a Fault does. Nope, Fault saying no way am I walling off against a Terran player. Gonna be making those probes. We're gonna open up the production tab for you guys. Again, I'm casting these live. I get a chance to cast games live now because I have a new computer. Wonderful, right? With a GTX 460, still not as powerful as the 580, but it's still quite good, finishing up that supply depot on the other side. I said it was going to go here. I was wrong. Very sad. Anyways, me for the win, throwing down his barracks, and Fault getting his gateway on 13. Or no, was that 12? I believe that might have been 12. Chrono Boost going down on the probes. Definitely want to get a strong economy up. Going to be scouting in the wrong direction once again. Me for the win, scouting the close positions. Want to make sure that his opponent is not in this position so that nothing like rushes will do tons of damage. Also wants to look for any cheese. But as we see here in this game, both players are playing quite standard. The assimilator now going up for me for the win, and it does look like the two workers did see each other. This SCV is moving in, I'm not sure what position it's moving to. No queuing there. We do have the command center now warping into, or morphing into a orbital command. And the SCV is also scouting in the wrong direction. The probe is going to finally find me for the win in this position, but the Marine is parked right up at the top of the ramp. We'll be able to take that out with proper micro, and the probe gets away with 4 HP. Oh man, what a pain to deal with. The probe is gonna scoot on to the backside, the Marine moving over here. The probe throwing down a pylon. The Marine not seeing that. Does see it actually. Me for the win's gonna have to take that pylon out or risk getting warped into the back of his base. Realizing that is gonna move his Marine to the backside, or move his, got canceled. Alright, the Marine is still gonna check out over there because he thinks it's still there. There we go, seeing that the pylon is no longer there. Throwing down the factory with the first 100 gas. Looks like he's gonna continue mining that gas, gonna go for some sort of tech heavy build. The Zealot chasing the SCV out of Fault's base, going to be throwing down an additional gateway. We'll see what kind of build Fault is going for real soon. See what tech pattern he decides to do. Maybe 4-gate, maybe something else. Blink Stalker. There's a robotics facility. Want to be safe against any potential banshees, so he's going to get that robotics facility up for the observers, of course. Me for the win, guarding at the Xel'Naga Watchtower. On the new map, there's only one Xel'Naga Watchtower in the center, getting rid of a bunch of these little blocking thingies or making them a lot smaller is something that Blizzard has done to this map. I don't like it very much. I wish they would have kept it the same. Me for the win, throwing down a bunker does indicate that he's going to go for some sort of tech. He's going for that starport now, so we might be seeing those Banshees. Actually, he's getting that tank, so he doesn't quite have enough to do the Banshees. We'll see if we get to see a swap over real soon. Excuse me. We might be seeing... Nope. Gonna see... maybe Ravens now. I see this tech lab as indicative of Ravens coming out. Gonna be able to get those point defense drones against the Stalkers, making the Stalkers completely useless underneath the point defense drone. Seashanks now out on the field. Yes, and there is a Raven on the way. I hate facing Ravens as Protoss. I do play as a Protoss player, and Ravens just drive me crazy with the point defense drones. I have no idea what to do with them except for feedback or whatever. Me for the win, still guarding this Xel'Naga Watchtower, seeing all the units that run by. Gonna be working on siege mode, I believe, shortly. More Seashanks coming out. The Observer getting a good look at everything. That Raven will be spawning real soon. Is gonna retreat that Observer, and we also see Fault throwing down his natural expansion just ahead of Me for the win. Me for the win is starting to show indications that he is going for his expansion as well, throwing down a bunker up front. He's gonna move over here and snipe that Observer, blowing it into a million pieces. Didn't quite see it blow into a million pieces though. There's a Stalker over here working on that SCV. Did complete that bunker though. It's gonna salvage that. The Raven leading the charge out into the middle. The Stalker is gonna back up smartly. Gonna continue holding onto this Xel'Naga Watchtower. A command center is now floating. Nope. The command center is now being built. My apologies. The siege mode is almost complete. Does look like Fault is going to poke forward. Going to do some damage up front. Going to force a cancel on that bunker. Me for the win is going to move his units up front and cancel his expansion command center as well. Seashanks are now sieging up on the high ground. It's going to take a free shots at that Stalker. Going to take that out. And then Mortal now reinforcing the front. Will Fault be able to break in there? I don't think he's going to even try. He's just going to make a War Prism. Oh man, he's going to go for some sort of Immortal drop. Going to take advantage of the fact that these Seashanks say that I'm going to defend here and here only, making this a very strong point, so you don't want to just barrel your units through that point. Me for the win, going to start building his expansion inside his main base. I'm going to turn myself to busy. We have the barracks now landing and creating a tech lab. The Raven gonna scout back to make sure there are no observers in the backside. There is a Viking over here gonna start working on that War Prism. War Prism, get out of there, retreating the War Prism, but it looks like it will get taken out. Not able to do the harassment that he wanted to. At least there was not an Immortal inside. That would have been a huge loss for Fault. Fault does have his natural expansion up, so losing the War Prism is not that big of a deal for him at this point in time. The Viking gonna continue its patrolling path, gonna continue to make sure that no drops happen, as Protosses do like to do drops more often now. Fault's continuing to make those probes. Always good to make those probes. Gonna transfer a couple more probes to... Nope. Gonna throw down the Twilight Council. Gonna start teching towards those Templar, I believe. He's continuing to get those Immortals. Immortals are so strong against tanks. It's gonna poke forward with this one Immortal.